All right. I want to be respectful of everyone's time, so we'll go ahead and get started. So, Minowabin, Tasha Zentek Nadejnikas, Oklahoma Dochbia, Shishibani Bode Wadmi Kwe and Dao. My name is Tasha Zentek, and I'm originally from Oklahoma. I work in Shawnee for the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, where I'm also enrolled as a tribal member, and I am currently working from home in Oklahoma City. I am the education director for the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, and so as I mentioned earlier, very, very pleased and honored to have you all joining us this morning for this TED Forum. A lot of you joined us last year for our inaugural TED Forum for counselors, and this year, because of the strange circumstances, we've decided to join that event, that separate event, with our college fair that we typically host. This way, we're hoping that counselors and students who are on the Zoom with us get just a taste of what tribes and tribal entities offer for their students, and then get a chance a little bit later to talk to them in more in-depth in some breakout rooms. All the while, we'll be also having our close to 50 representatives from the different colleges throughout the nation and the world. We even have an international college joining us that we encourage students and counselors who are interested in learning more visiting their booths. So, all right. If you checked in with me from a tribal entity, I have got you on my list, but of course a little bit later on, if I missed anybody, we'll have kind of a last call opportunity. But let me explain how this is going to go today. And I ask for and appreciate your patience as we're all navigating these, uncertain and unusual times. So a lot of us are very familiar with Zoom, some others, not so much, and we can never predict some of the technical difficulties that we'll experience. So appreciate your grace as we may work through any of those. So our hope is that today our session will go like this. Each tribal entity, and I'll facilitate that order, is going to get just a few minutes, and I know we all could talk for hours about what our tribes offer for students and our tribal citizens, but I'm going to ask you just to give a very brief 5 minutes or less overview of the services that you offer for not only your tribal citizens, but other tribes, if that's something that your tribe does. That way, everybody in the session gets a sense of what you offer. And then what I'm going to do after that is I am going to assign each tribe a breakout room. And so you'll be in a breakout room, and then I will stay in this general session, and I will facilitate adding students or counselors or whoever is here to learn more about tribal services. I will facilitate adding you to the breakout rooms as you'd like to have a more, one-on-one or small group discussion with that tribe. And if you're here observing or here listening and you want to visit numerous breakout rooms, we'll talk about that a little bit later on how that will look, but we encourage you to go from breakout room to breakout room. So probably that's clear as mud. We had to test it this morning, and so we'll talk a little bit more about the breakout rooms when we get there. But we're going to start with our overviews for each tribe. I have a list here, and just so that no one else has to be that first, our Department of Education will go first. And then from there, I just have an alphabetical list of tribes, so I'll call on you. Some tribes I know have brought different departments from within their nation. So when I call your tribe, it's up to you which entity wants to go first, and then how you want to split that up. So when it's your time to speak, of course, you'll unmute your mic, show your video. If you're not speaking, I ask you to please mute your mic. That will help us with background noise. So many of us are working from home, so that will keep us from hearing dogs or children or any other noise that might interrupt our session today. If you have any questions as we go, feel free to put those in the chat box. I'll try to monitor that, and if I can ask the rest of our team to also keep an eye on that as well to answer those, I would appreciate it. And so we'll get started. we're going to do our Citizen Potawatomi Nation Department of Education first, and then we'll kick it over to our workforce department. So you all, workforce, you all are on deck. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I am the education director for the Citizen Potawatomi Nation. Our Department of Education has our tribe offers educational services in 3 main methods. We do that through scholarships, through advising, and through internships. So I will talk a little bit more about scholarships, and then I'm going to kick it over to Stephanie and then Channing to speak more about advising and internships. But scholarships, we offer those for our Citizen Potawatomi Nation tribal citizens anywhere in the world. So you just have to be enrolled and attending an accredited institution. If you're full-time, you get $2,000 scholarship, part-time $750, and that's up to 3 times a year, anywhere that you're attending. So if you are a Citizen Potawatomi Nation tribal member and you did not know about that, that scholarship is available at portal.potawatomi.org, and you can also join us in our breakout room to talk more about that scholarship. Stephanie, could you share a little bit about advising?
Bojo, Stephanie Hawk Nadejnikos, Shishibani Watami, Shishibani Potawatomi, Kwe and Dow, Tecumseh, Oklahoma, and Dochbia. Good morning, I'm Stephanie Hawk. I am a Citizen Potawatomi, and I am from Tecumseh, Oklahoma. I work for the Department of Education as a college advisor, and I do provide advising to students all over the nation. Mostly Potawatomi students. However, we will help other tribal students as our capacity allows. We do like to work with students and kind of figure out what their goals are, and we want to help them reach those goals, whether it's finding some outside scholarships or providing encouragement or trying to help them along in the process. That's what we want to do to try to help them. Miigwech.
Hi everyone, my name is Channing Cycle and I am the internship and project coordinator for the tribe. I work closely with the Department of Education. We offer internships for college age students, so students who are enrolled in college, freshmen through senior or master's or beyond. We do offer a paid internship program for them to come and work for our tribe for a certain amount of hours per the spring, fall, or summer semester. It's very robust. Unfortunately, right now, we're not able to host any students for our summer or fall semester, but fingers crossed we'll be able to get that kicked back off in the spring. We've put a lot of work into that program, and we're really, really proud of what we can offer for our tribal members as well as non-tribal members who maybe live around the area that want to learn about what the tribe offers for our community. So it's a great resume builder and a great opportunity for even maybe some of your tribal members who live around our area to come and serve and get paid and build the resume while they're doing it.
Great. Miigwech, Stephanie, and Channing. So our department will have a breakout room a little bit later if you'd like to learn any more about our services. And now I'm going to kick it over to Workforce Education Group. Candy, if you want to start that off.
So my name is Candy McCracken. I'm the education counselor here for Citizen Potawatomi Nation Workforce and Social Services. Our program here helps any federally recognized tribal member who lives in Potawatomi, Payne, Cleveland, Lincoln, Seminole, or Oklahoma County with education services. We are a small grant. We do help with tuition fees, books, or tools. We also offer different types of, maybe you need gas to get back and forth to school because you kind of live further out. Maybe you live in a dorm and just need a voucher while you're in the dorms to go to the grocery store and purchase things that you could put in your dorm refrigerator or stuff that you can't usually buy at the bookstore. We offer those services. We do have other services here in the tribe, and I believe Kim and Yvonne's going to talk about one of the services, and Marla and Shelley will talk about our workforce and social services in general. But we do help any federally recognized tribal member who has an unmet need towards but we do take any other scholarships into account. Once again, those counties are Potawatomi, Payne, Cleveland, Lincoln, Seminole, and because of COVID right now, we are working with the entire county of Oklahoma County. And so I will just kind of turn it over to Kim and Yvonne, and they will talk about another portion that we have here at Workforce and Social Services.
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Kim, and I was the youth counselor. I've just transitioned to a new position, but I want to tell you a little bit. I think most popular is our Johnson O'Malley program. This is for not actually those counties. We serve 13 different schools, which we can describe all of those a little bit later, but we cover lots of different things. This year we started something new and issued Visa cards to the families so that they can buy their school supplies, but we also reimburse. And then of course, throughout the school year, we have incentives that we'll pay for anything school related. They can call and visit with us, and we can usually cover those things. But yearbook, t-shirts, pictures, those are our most popular. And then of course, along with youth, the services, we did get to do some work placements this summer. Not as many as we usually do, but we did about 15 throughout different places and still practice our social distancing. So hopefully next summer we'll get to, and we usually help with summer camps. So by next summer, and then of course driver's ed is something that we participate in as well, or help with.
Other youth services.
Do what?
Other youth services.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Kim.
Oh,
You're good. Is there, I couldn't hear, was there anything else from Workforce?
Good morning. This is Margaret Zentek, also here with Kim in the conference room. And as Kim described, we have a variety of youth services, as Johnson O'Malley is limited to former reservation. As you heard Candy say, we also serve all the counties, and we have additional youth services, and we can help with all kinds of things, as Kim said. It's based on unmet need, and we look at each individual. That could be as simple as gas cards. That could be sponsor a camp. We have run virtual STEM camps as well in conjunction with education and OSU professors and experts here at the tribe. So there is a lot that we can do to help a family, whether that is youth, education, social services. It is based on the individual's need and unmet needs. So a lot we do if otherwise unserved. And with that, I'd like to introduce our newest staff member. What are we on, day 3?
Yes.
Go ahead and say your name.
My name is Yvonne Danette-Dill, and I am Comanche and Kiowa. I just recently moved back here. I've been gone for about 13 years, but I just joined the team like 3 days ago, so I'm new. I'm the new Youth Services Coordinator. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Yvonne and Kim, and welcome. Shelley and Marla, did you all want to briefly discuss social services?
Sure. Can you hear me, Tasha? Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Shelley. I recently transitioned from adult employment to social services. Under social services, we have burial assistance, which I have not started that process yet, started learning that, but that's forthcoming. We also have emergency assistance, and what I do at the moment as it relates to this presentation for college students would be general assistance. So to be eligible for assistance, applicants must be American Indian. You must not have sufficient funds to meet your essential needs, your monthly needs. You must reside in our service areas, which Candy covered a few minutes ago, Potawatomi, Lincoln, Payne, Cleveland, Seminole, and Oklahoma counties. You must meet additional eligibility requirements for each of the specific programs or financial assistance of social services. So a person enrolled in at least half-time in college or a vocational program is eligible to receive general assistance. And what general assistance is basically a monthly check to help you get through with purchasing those specific needs while you're not able to work. So if you have any questions for me, I will be glad to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. Marla, did you have anything you wanted to cover?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, I am the Marla Greider, and I work for Citizen Potawatomi Nation Workforce and Social Services as the employment counselor. And we help with resume building, interview tips. We can offer work placements, anything that a client feels like they're maybe have a weakness. We would also help with any clothing or tools. Say if you get hired on and the job requires a stethoscope or steel toe boots, any business clothing such as that. We also help with gas vouchers. And again, it's the counties that were named previously. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thank you all. I want to point out for those of you who've heard, who are familiar with Citizen Potawatomi Nation services, that when they talk about those counties, we used to have a line where we had to stop. We could only serve east of Post Road for Oklahoma County. At the moment, during COVID at least, that has been extended to the entirety of Oklahoma County. So some of you who maybe weren't able to receive CPN services because you were on that other side of Post Road are now eligible. And again, those are for those services that they mentioned through Workforce, WSS, are for all Native Americans within those counties. So if you have any questions, we'll have the breakout a little bit later, and they will be in the CPN WSS breakout room. And we are going to move on to the next on our alphabetical list here. And move on to Chris from Cherokee.
Good morning. My name is Chris Stillwell. I work for Cherokee Nation College Resources. And we do offer scholarships, but mainly most of ours are for our counties or the contiguous counties. So we have the concurrent enrollment scholarship. It pays 6 credit hours a semester for juniors and seniors in high school. The next scholarship would be the valedictorian and salutatorian. It's a one-time deal where it pays $1,000 for a valedictorian and $750 for salutatorian. So our undergraduates, one of our scholarships that does cover students living outside of our areas, and all you have to do to qualify for it is be Pell Grant eligible. So, and our other scholarship is the graduate scholarship, and it's for students living within the Cherokee Nation. And it pays up to 6 credit hours a semester, up to 3 semesters. And we do offer a STOL program where you can get STOLs for graduation for associates, masters, doctorate, and stuff like that. So if you, any other questions I can answer. Our undergraduate pays up to $2,000 a semester, up to 10 semesters, or 140 hours. So that's about all. I mean, that's our scholarships, but mainly it's for students with where you guys are from. Most of them would have to be Pell Grant eligible to receive our scholarships. So at this time anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. And I know we had students who registered for the college fair and who might be on this call who are from all over. So there may be some Cherokee students who are within those counties that are eligible. So appreciate you. If you have any questions for Chris, he'll be in a breakout a little bit later to answer questions. All right, moving on to Chickasaw.
Hi, I'm April Taylor. I'm a Chickasaw member and Chickasaw employee. As far as Chickasaw STEM opportunities, we do have our STEM Academy, and we do robotics clubs and compete. And we have some of those across our jurisdiction. So as far close as probably Noble is probably the closest group that does that. We have our NASA camp, we have an environmental camp, we have a FEM-STEM camp. We have, I co-lead the Norman Public Schools Native Science Club. And we meet one Saturday a month during the school year. And so we bring in native scientists and native speakers and things like that, and plan that out every year. We have several internship opportunities. So we have what we call a school to work program. So once they're in college, or they can get a job. It's basically a full-time job with the nation, and full benefits while they're going to school, and they're placed with somebody in their field. So I get placed school to work students. We also have a summer intern program where students from can be placed anywhere in the US. So they can be placed in DC, etc. And so I get students for that program placed with me, and they pay for their rent during the summer to be placed. Through our environmental department, we also have internships as well. I also get EHS interns. I just hired one and waiting for a start date. I also get BIA Pathways interns. So I actually have a Citizen Pot student currently from Oklahoma State working with me. So we get probably 1 to 2 of those a year. As far as other things that I do, so I do beyond Chickasaw Nation. So for many of you, you may be familiar with me. I come out to Native festivals, after school programs, summer camps, and I heard that Citizen Pot had a STEM camp, so I can come and do Native youth STEM and outreach, or I can help identify people, Native scientists and things. We did the Jones Academy camp this summer and did mosquitoes, and they're asked, so we do that every year. And so theirs was virtual this year, their STEM camp. So we did a half a day for them. And then I also am a part of several Native STEM camps. So on my virtual booth, I have some of those. So there's a Native Youth Preparedness Camp, and it rotates between tribes. So last year, it was Choctaw Nation that hosted it, and this year it was Oto, Missouri. And so it's for students that it's really a lot of leadership skills for response to emergency management, and so hazards, weather, things like that. And then another camp that I've been a part of is a camp outside of DC called NICALC, Native Youth Climate Adaptation Leadership Camp, Congress. And it's 100 Native youth from all across the country, including Alaska, Samoa. And we pay for their travel and their food and lodging and everything. So it's fully free, but you have to have a mentor to go with the students to travel with them and things like that. And so then we also have things for the mentors. We also have junior faculty, so we have college level students that go to that as well, and we host them. And so they sort of peer mentor the high schoolers, but they also have things that they're doing and developing their skill sets too in the environmental sort of realm. So those are just some of the things that I do. But we do a lot of STEM-based stuff. So I don't know enough about the other programs that you guys were talking about, because I'm not in education, right? But we do have all those things.
Wonderful. Thank you, April. So April will be in a breakout room just a little bit later for any questions about STEM, because it sounds like some of those are available for Chickasaw students and then also other natives as well. All right, is there anyone else from Chickasaw here? I didn't have anyone else on my list, but I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody who's wanting to speak to Chickasaw services. Seeing none, move on to Choctaw.
Hi, this is Tracy Lick. I'm with Choctaw Nation Career Development, And office in Oklahoma City at OSU OKC, but we are rotating office space right now due to social distancing. So career development is a program that's available nationwide to Choctaw tribal members. We offer career counseling, tuition assistance, academic remediation, employment services for any kind of training that leads to an industry recognized certification or licensure. So that can be anything from short-term training like CNA or truck driving, all the way up to and including medical school, as long as there is that recognized industry certification or license. We often work in partnership with our higher education program that you'll hear about in a moment. And so if a student is degree seeking and eligible for higher ed, but they're also working toward that industry credential, they can participate in both programs. That's really the long and short of it. We have some specialized grant programs for teachers or STEM majors, but if you have a Choctaw student, they really should be in touch with the Choctaw Nation so that we can get them plugged into anything and everything that they qualify for.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tracy. I know we had some folks from the Choctaw Higher Ed Department. Did anyone want to speak on behalf of that department? Okay, if you do a little bit later on, just let me know. We'll come back to you all. Next, we have Iowa Tribe. Regina, would you like to share a little bit?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm Regina Riley, and I'm the Higher Education Director for the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma. And so I'll be sharing with you what our scholarships are, and they're for Iowa tribal members only. It doesn't matter where they live. They could live anywhere in the United States or international. And we do a general fund scholarship of $6,000 a year. And they can break that down into how they choose their option. They can do $3,000, $3,000, $3,000 fall, $3,000 for spring, or they can do $2,500 in the fall, $2,500 in the spring, and $1,000 during the summer, or they can do $2,000 in the fall, $2,000 in the spring, and $2,000 in the summer. So whichever option they choose, we just have to carry it through the calendar year, and so that they are given $6,000. We also have a BIA scholarship. It's basically a first come, first serve, but it's $1,000 for full-time students and $500 for part-time students. Again, it's just Iowa tribal members only. Through our education department, through our higher education department, it is only for Iowa tribal members. So we have other departments that service any federally recognized tribal member in this area, like vocational rehabilitation, but that's not my program, so I really can't speak on that, but we do have other resources like that that do tend to help people. We also have a job placement and training program. I'm also over that, and so if they're within our service jurisdiction, we can help with some vocational education or some direct employment assistance on a limited basis like that. We also do college prep. We start in 6th grade with our Iowa tribal members. We've developed a college scholarship portfolio program, and so we start helping them learn how to build and be scholarship ready in the 6th grade. So it's a curriculum that goes 6th grade through 15, and then we have a 14 through 24 program, and both of those fit our youth groups. And once again, you have to be Iowa tribal member. Each one of the students, when they come up through, they get an education plan, and these are tailored plans for them, but they get an education plan, a career plan, and a financial plan. And so many times I'll work with some of you. I know I've worked with CPN quite a bit, because within their education or their financial plan, it includes, learning about other resources and learning how to stack those benefits and not duplicate services. And so we have to have constant communication with the other tribal entities and things like that. I'm also over the tribal library, so we have some library resources that we partner with our ESSA consultations that we offer to school systems and things like that. I think we have 13 schools in retention right now and through a partnership. And I think that's about it. I'm kind of a one-man show, so we're so small that, I have all those responsibilities, but Iowa tribal members, they're pretty much taken care of. They have tribal assistance as well for education. And so they can get $800 a semester for college. They also get $1,000 a semester while they're K-12. They have a housing assistance where they can put it on their dorms, and that's another $2,000 every 6 months. And so they learn how to use multiple departments to help them with their education goals and things like that. I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I'm not really for sure, but I think that's for the most part. But it's hard to navigate even within the tribe. So having the education plan and the financial plan and the career plan help them stay on focus and not miss something. So even within the own tribe, we try to partner with within that plan. There's multiple entities within our tribe to fit their plan, and also between other tribes and state entities and things like that. So that always helps. Oh, when we do private school, I pay for private school, K-12. So we do private school, they get $6,000 a year, $3,000 a semester, kindergarten through 12th grade.
Awesome. Thank you, Regina. I know you work really hard. I appreciate you today. I got a message from Amanda. I think that the technology issue has been fixed. And so Amanda from Choctaw Nation Higher Ed, if you would like to speak.
Alito, can everyone hear me now? Perfect. Okay, I apologize. I don't know what happened. It wouldn't let me unmute for some reason. I'm thankful to be here. We had a few things to discuss over higher education. We have a large umbrella over different programs within our nation. The higher education program itself has award students that are working on their associate's, bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, and this is based upon GPA, the funding. Then we have the technology allowance program, and this is a one-time allowance, the third Monday in January that opens, and it's first come, first serve, and will be awarded until funds are depleted. The college clothing allowance we offer for college students, and that is January 2nd to April 1st, June 1st to September 1st, and that is also based upon GPA for funding awards. We have a Cords and Stoles program for graduating students. Verification of graduation is needed, and we offer that through our program along with the career development, our counterpart. At this time, I know that we are definitely in some unprecedented times with funding. We have CARES Act funding right now, the Post-Secondary Student Support and Technology Program. That is a $750 check and a $400 Visa card we're sending out to students who are a member of Choctaw Nation, and they must be active on the career development or higher education program at this time for summer or fall of 2020. We have many programs underneath the higher education umbrella, but we have wonderful staff that's here to help us and to serve the tribal members.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that, Amanda. And so I don't forget later, I did want to highlight what you said, which is your COVID assistance, your specific CARES assistance that's available right now for students. I know that we didn't mention that for CPN, and I know that a lot of the other tribes who've already spoken also have similar programs. So if it's something that you're interested in learning more about, like both the K-12 programs and that additional assistance for college students, that's CARES or COVID specific, I encourage you to either ask those questions in the chat or join the breakout rooms a little bit later to ask the specific entities those questions. All right, next we'll have Tanya from Kickapoo share.
Hello, good morning. My name is Tanya George, and I work for the Kickapoo Tribe as the Director of Education Services. We offer services from JOM for school supplies and educational support. We service McLeod Public Schools, Jones Public Schools, and we recently added White Rock to our JOM services. We also offer educational support through our tribal funding, which could be driver's education assistance to help pay for that. to deposit for a dorm. Our funds are very limited. They're only for tribal members for our educational support, but you can find the application online, which will show the categories and the amounts of support that you could receive for all of those items that are listed. And you can find them at kickapoottribeofoklahoma.com. There's a little forms and applications link in the upper left-hand corner. You click on that. It'll take you to the main page with all of the applications for all of the departments for the tribe, but you'll look for education and you'll see our JOM application there and all of our higher education scholarships and vocational scholarships. So with our higher education, we offer tuition assistance for tuition fees and books, $1,200 per semester. Now, if you are a tribal member, you'll also get a monthly stipend that will be sent to you and used at your discretion to help with gas, extra costs with school, food, whatever you need. Now, you must be a full-time student and a tribal member to receive this stipend, but we also help with tuition assistance through our scholarship for non-tribal members, but you must be enrolled in a federally recognized tribe and reside within the Kickapoo tribe's jurisdiction and not be receiving services from your tribe. And we would just basically ask for a letter stating that either you're not eligible or whatever the reason, but that you're not receiving services from your tribe. Some of the other items that we have or that we help with, incentive awards. So for our new graduates this year, after they graduate, they'll fill out a one-page application, include their official transcript, a copy of their diploma, and we will help them with $1,000 as an incentive award. Now, they will receive $1,000 for every degree level, associate degree, bachelor's degree. They will receive $1,000 for completing those degrees. We have stoles now. That was a new thing, and right now we're getting ready to order some, so we'll be announcing that, and that will be on, that'll also be an application that'll be on our tribal website for our link. Let's see, I think I covered everything. We also help with vocational training, so not just higher education and tuition assistance at a college, but vocational training for job skills. The amount will vary if you're part-time or full-time, and also the vocational students that are tribal members that are full-time will also receive that stipend. But any questions or anything else, you know, of course I'll be in the breakout room, but you can always contact us. We have a new email that students can contact us at, ktoeducation@okkt.net, and that email will alert all of the staff that we have a question or a message. But it's great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tanya. Okay, the last I have on my list is Osage. If you're from a tribe and we haven't checked in with you yet, if you'll just send me a message and let me know. But Coley, if you'd like to share what Osage has.
All right. Hi, I'm Coley. Can you hear me? Good. Okay, cool. And I'll just go through it real quick. We have a student handbook on our website, so anything that I have here you can find on our website as well. And it also has the applications inside of most of them. However, our higher education is online. We have a higher education scholarship that can help Osage tribal members with associates, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. We also have internship programs, which is nationwide, where after they get 61 credit hours completed, if they have a 2.5 GPA, we can help them get an internship for up to 500 hours. Once they decide to graduate, we have stoles that they can apply for, different colors for each level. Associates is purple, bachelor's is blue, master's is red, and doctorate's gold. We have a career training scholarship for students that are going for a certification or licensure rather than a degree that they can apply for. And then we also have nationwide and on-reservation tutoring for students K through 12. So that'd be it's about what we have to offer. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer any of them.